Hello, everyone. Yes, I've seen the extended edition of Spider-Man: No Way Home at the cinema recently. That's the more fun stuff version, as they call it. I really had a good time seeing this film again on the big screen. I saw it when it came out back in September 2022, and I've since then owned the film on Prime Video for home viewing, and I really like the extended edition. I mean, the theatrical cut is just as good as the extended cut, but it's always nice to see the extra scenes in the extended cut, which includes the introduction from Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire, and also the extra scenes in the school, the extra scenes between the three Spider-Men, and yeah, for me, Spider-Man: No Way Home is a film that was something that really worked well for me. I mean, I really enjoyed it when it came out in the cinema back in 2021, and I enjoy seeing it again in 2022, and it always gives me it's always nice to revisit something that really means a lot to me, and even on the big screen. If there's any opportunity to see No Way Home at the cinema, I always look forward to seeing it whenever I can, and it's because I know I have been very critical about the first two MCU Spider-Man films with Tom Holland, but this one does it really well for me. I mean, not just in terms of the returning characters from the previous Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but also because in terms of the journey that Tom Holland's Spider-Man has been on, because this is a film where he grows to realise the weight of his responsibilities as a superhero and balancing that with his normal life, and it's interesting how it's done that. This is done in a multiverse context, because back when I did my review on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, was sort of hoping or dreaming that there would be a movie featuring the three live-action Spider-Men teaming up to fight against a deadly foe, and it's amazing that actually happened in No Way Home. Because and it's good that for the first half we focus on Tom Holland as Spider-Man before we get to the second half, where he meets up with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, who join him to fight off the villains, and yeah, it's a film that really means a lot to me, because I've been a fan of the Spider-Man movies since they started back in 2002, and it's good that the build-up to the films has paid off in No Way Home. I'm sure that wasn't the intention, to have it all build up in that regard, for No Way Home. The films, they weren't made to make No Way Home possible, but I'm really glad that it happened anyway, because even in spite of all the issues I have with certain Spider-Man movies over these past couple of decades, it's always good to see how the three Spider-Men team up and unite with each other, and Tom Holland gets to show his own in this film compared to the first two movies. And I really felt for his character in this one, because because of his interactions with his friends, and between him and Michelle and Ned, and also with his Aunt May, and it was a shock when she sadly got killed off in the film, and it was also interesting how he interacted with Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange, who I feel works well in this particular film, as opposed to when I felt Tony Stark and Nick Fury, who were kind of in the way for me in terms of telling a Spider-Man story, because Doctor Strange was essential in terms of how the Spider-Man story came about, with the multiverse thing happening, and also with his intention to find a way of stopping people from remembering Peter as Spider-Man. And in some respects, the film does end on a bit of a tragic note, considering that everyone now has forgotten about Peter Parker, or Tom Holland's Peter Parker in the MCU. So no one knows who he is. No one, and no one, and they don't know that he's Spider-Man either. So it'd be interesting to see where the next installment in the Spider-Man film series goes with Tom Holland. I mean, I hope that a satisfactory resolution will come from that. But for now, it's interesting how the film No Way Home closes off with everyone forgetting about Tom Holland's Peter Parker and also about him as Spider-Man. But it's and I always I really liked how the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were brought into the film as a couple of Spider-Men wanting to help Tom Holland because of what they've been through in their movies, and it was really nice to see the interaction between the three Spider-Men because the film could have easily had them as rivals against each other, but they really work together well as a team, and I liked how they confronted the villains at the end, and it was nice to see Willem Dafoe and as the Green Goblin and Alfred Molina as Doc Ock and Jamie Foxx as Max Dillon and or Electro, and it's a pity that Thomas Hayden Church and Rhys Ifans didn't get to be on set for their characters as the Sandman and the Lizard, but I still liked them appearing in the film in some form, even if it was for voiceover work or for motion capture as their characters. And it's all and the No Way Home is a film that inspired me with my writing of Doctor Who stories, especially for the 60th anniversary specials that I did, and I like to think No Way Home was partly an inspiration for me in terms of doing those Doctor Who stories for the 60th anniversary on my blog, and I look back on No Way Home very fondly as a result for that. I don't really know what the future of the MCU is going to be regarding Spider-Man. I know that they've made plans for the fourth film, and I think Spidey is going to be in the next couple of Avengers films, if I'm right. But we'll have to see how that turns out. I mean, because we got the third Venom film to look forward to, and also the Kraven the Hunter film to look forward to in the Spider-Verse, but and also the animated Spider-Verse movie, the follow-up to Across the Spider-Verse in Beyond the Spider-Verse. But as regarding the live-action Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland, I don't really know what's going to happen next. I think Tobey Maguire has been signed up for the next Avengers film. I mean, I don't know about Andrew Garfield. I think he's keeping a secret tied to his chest at this point. And I would have liked it if they continued with a fourth Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire and a third Amazing Spider-Man film with Andrew Garfield. But that hasn't materialized at this point, but you never know. Something might come up, at some point in the future. But I don't know how that would come about. I mean, it would have to be really clever in establishing where things are with the live action Spider-Man movies. But it's been great to check out these movies again on the big screen recently, and especially with No Way Home, because No Way Home was the film that I was really looking forward to seeing at the end of the marathon of live-action Spider-Man films, and I'm really glad that the film ended on that note, because it's always good to conclude a film series like the Spider-Man movies on a high. And it's just fortunate that No Way Home was the film that did that. And the end of the film is in the original cut they had the Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse teaser in the original theatrical cut, but that's been replaced in the extended cut with a new scene where Betty Brant is giving a final school report and Peter Parker is nowhere to be seen. which is a bit depressing actually. Now, when I'm seeing that, when I see that scene, but who knows what will come next in the MCU Spider-Man film series, or even in Spider-Man in live action form at all. But um, to sum up, in terms of the 8 live action movies, Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is my absolute favourite out of the entire film series. Spider-Man No Way Home comes second. The first Spider-Man movie comes third, and I suppose you could say the third Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire is the next one after that, is fourth. I mean, I know that people will have different opinions on that regarding Spider-Man films in general, but I just feel like the Tobey Maguire films resonated more to me compared to the Andrew Garfield films and the Tom Holland films. I mean, No Way Home was a film that was worth my attention, and I felt emotionally invested in because it relied on previous Spider-Man movies to in the build-up to that, and I was really able to get into the characters, both MCU and previous from previous eras, as to enjoy the story and how it all turns out. I mean, and it's quite astonishing that No Way Home is the longest of the uh, of all the live action films. I believe it's the longest, but that's what makes it so worthwhile and why it's so epic in its presentation. So yeah, there you are. Those are my thoughts on the live action films of Spider-Man. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the live action film series of Spider-Man. I've enjoyed sharing my video thoughts on them. Let me know what you think of No Way Home. Whether you like this film and whether you didn't like the film. I mean, I regard it very highly compared to the first two Spider-Man MCU Spider-Man films with Tom Holland, and yeah, I'm really glad that I got to see it again recently at the cinema. I don't know if there'll be more video reactions from me in future like this. I mean, I might do something like this for future Doctor Who episodes as opposed to spoiler-free reactions. I mean, this was a kind of an experiment I was trying to go with regarding how to do video, video reviews. Maybe I might do something like that for the next series of Doctor Who or something. I really don't know. I mean, I did think about doing this again for the Star Trek movies, maybe next year, but that's under consideration. So, but we'll see what happens. But thank you for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you again, or hearing from you again on my blog in future. Take care, everyone. Bye. By the way, since I am Spider-Man, I'll be swinging off. Bye.